everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. I am Jen. This is Bookmark by Jen, and I'm really excited about today's video. Like, really excited. If you're anything like me, then you love a good alpha male. You know, the alpha male that takes things just a little bit too far, but in the best possible ways. So I decided to do an over-the-top edition of He's a 10, but. So what does that mean? That means that we're going to be talking about the obsessive, the possessive, the red flag worthy book boyfriends that we love. I have a list here. We're going to go through them. I think this is going to be super fun. I've been seeing the reels around for quite some time, and I was like, let's do a video version of this. Let's do a certain guy. Let's do this. If you like this type of thing, leave it in the comments. We might have to do a part 2 edition. We might have to make a different edition, like swoon-worthy. The possibilities are endless, so I'm really excited. Let's get into today's video. So our first over-the-top alpha male we're going to talk about inspired this video for me. And it is Lincoln Daniels from The Fucking Wrong Number by C.R. Jane. It is the first in that interconnected series. He is the epitome of the over-the-top male. And he starts the series off with a bang. I think he is like one of my favorites of the series. I think just because he's so absolutely over the top that it was absolutely comical to me. So, Lincoln Daniels, he's a 10, but after seeing you for the first time, you're his. He will tattoo your name on his member. That's right. His Johnson's got your name tattooed on it because that's it for him. You are it. You are endgame. Everybody needs to know that you're his. He also, in the vein of trying to keep you safe, will lock you and chain you into his house because, again, you might see what he's doing is over the top, but it's all in good fun. So he's just going to make sure that you're safe. He also is going to install cameras because he needs to make sure that you're safe. He needs to be able to watch you at all moments of the day, whenever he deems it necessary to check on his woman. So this series is really, really good. But this, like I said, is the first book. It starts off the series. And I think I laughed way more than I should have at the overtop-ness of Lincoln and then the subsequent males of the series. But I think it, like I said before, like it's just so over the top and they are so gung-ho about their women. It's like the opposite of when women are on the fence of something. These men are definitely not on the fence. Their women could be on the fence about anything, but I am absolutely for sure that this is my chick. I will do anything for her. I'm a ride or die. And the shenanigans that they get up to just to keep their women are hilarious. They all do something to their penises. Can I say that on YouTube? They all do something to their nether regions for their woman. They all do something to the male Johnson. What do we, the peen. Okay? These books, I mean, it's just so much more than a hockey romance. And I think that not only that, but like the bromance that Lincoln and the rest of the guys have is just absolutely comical. The text exchanges from them are amazing as well. And Lincoln just makes sure, like, it's okay to be like this. He eggs his men on in a really amazing way. Is it over the top? Absolutely. Is it red flag worthy? Hell to the yes. Absolutely crazy, insane. Something that we would never let happen in real life with most of these men. Like, we would go running for the hills. But in a book, phenomenal. I'm ready for it. Let's do it. So, who is my next person? Well, I couldn't let Over the Top edition go without talking about my man Zane Meadows from Haunting and Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. So he's a 10, but he will stalk you. He will break into your house repeatedly, leaving you little gifts, all to make sure that you are aware that he is watching you. He will do anything for you, and if any man puts his hands on you, well, then he must end them. Haunting and Hunting Adeline were they my first books by H.D. Carlton? I think so. phenomenal reads. Hunting Adeline is in a league of its own. It was gut-wrenching and very traumatic. Please check your trigger warnings anytime that you have an over-the-top alpha male or female, because, you know, some things can get a little hairy. I just thought that the way that these books were written was phenomenal. Not only do we have amazing spice in them, but especially the second book just really did it for me. There is a lot of healing to be had. There is a lot of trauma, which is why we need the healing. But the way Zaid steps up and the way he is over the top and the way that he steps up being over the top, I think was exactly what Adeline needed. And he is in true fashion over the top alpha male. Loving it for us. Next on our list is none other than Carter Mahoney from Untouchable by Sam Mariano. He's a 10, but he will blackmail you into dating him after a very questionable, I don't even know if questionable is the right word, demeaning and sexually explicit, that could have gone another way, scene. That is like, I will stop for a second. That had me second guessing if I was even going to read the book, because I was like, I love me an over the top alpha male, but like, how can you come back from this? Excuse me? But it was still bad, but if you know, you know. Okay. Anyway, and then he blackmails you into dating him and is then very questionable in his motives and his desires of getting what he wants in his own timeline. Carter Mahoney is unapologetically very manipulative, and I feel like maybe this should be the reason why I'm doing this. He is the epitome of over the top and alpha male in Red Flag Lion. Carter is, well, he is in a league of his own. He has his reasons why, and those do come out, and I think I adored him all the more for those reasons. But he is the way he is because he wants to make sure that when he does get his queen beside him, she can rule the roost just like him. So there you go. You will question him most of the time. Most of the time. His reasonings for things set aside, you will question his motives, but I think deep down he's got such a good heart, he just doesn't know how to show that until he meets his queen. So there you go. Who are we going to talk about next? Okay. So Arrow from That Sick Love by Jesse Hall. He's a 10, but we have another stalker, ladies and gentlemen. He will stalk you obsessively. He will leave you messages in Bibles, on Bible pages. He will leave you his own little artwork. He will stalk you. I said stalk, but when he stalks you, he will be masked. He also casually will refer to himself as monster. He's your own little monster, so you gotta love that for us. We love a man that knows he's a monster and is willing to own up to that. Arrow, That Sick Love was one of my favorite books. It still is, of Jessie Hall's. I mean, Hawk was my first read from her, and that has a special place in my heart. But Arrow is completely different from Hawk in that the messages that I got from this book. I think this book can speak to many different people, and I think that you can get something out of it, and everybody can get something different out of it. I think it's just what you're willing to see from this book. There is such a deeper meaning. Does it have some really triggering aspects in it? Yes. Does it talk about very sensitive subject matters? Yes, it does. But I am also one of those readers that can detach myself from a story and see bigger pictures. I love books like this where you get something a little bit more. There's a meaning behind certain things, and you get that. And I love that you can get different meanings. Like, you might not get the same meaning that I did from it, and I might not get the same meanings that you did, but it's a powerful story, and I think that that's what a good author is. That's what a good book is. And, I mean, at the cusp of it, we get this really amazing, over the top, possessive alpha male who, has no problem with stalking his woman with a mask on. And then when he gets you, he's not only going to get you, and he's going to get you real good, like, I'm going to get you, get you, get you, get you, but he's then going to, like, show you that your power is worth something and push you to become your own person. Like, he's not going to take you and lead you and say, follow me. He's going to say, here's your kingdom. I will follow you. I mean, you gotta love a man like that. Thank you. Okay. Do we have anything else? I don't think so. Here's the thing, like, we could keep going and going and going with over the top alpha males, but I wanted to make this a short and sweet video on my take of the He's a 10 butt reels that I've seen, and I don't know, over the top just hit really good. I could see us doing a part 2 on this. I could see us doing different editions of this. If you'd like to see any of those, let me know down in the comments below. If you just want to talk over the top alpha males, your girl's here to talk about over the top alpha males. Love that for us. Don't forget to let me know which over the top hero is your favorite, and drop your picks as well down below, and I will catch you in my next video. But until then, happy reading. Bye.